16 Unintentionally disturbing moments from children's books. You can usually count on children's books to be simple, innocent stories made to help them learn how to read. We all have favorite stories that we cherished when we were young, including classics like Roald Dahl's Matilda, Dr. Seuss' The Cat in the Hat, Antoine de Saint-Exupery's The Little Prince. Reading them as adults can be a different experience. We see more layers of meaning that our little kid minds could not grasp. Through the grown-up perspective, sometimes children's books can seem to have questionable or hilarious messages. Here are 16 unintentionally disturbing moments from children's books. 1. This book commanding children to touch the cow and to do it as soon as possible. Maybe the message would sound better without the commanding attitude. What could the lesson be here? Just leave that poor cow alone. 2. This fluffy white murder goat. There's something disturbing about the close-up picture of the head and the fact that killing is written over a lamb. This unintentionally creepy chapter comes from Sweden, where get means good and killing means kid. 3. There are a lot of ways to illustrate a horse's anatomy so that young minds can understand how they compare to the human body. Putting a young boy at crotch level with a horse is not the best one. Whoever put this together was an adult, and that should worry all of us. 4. To a child, this picture looks like a pig taking care of a little girl. A sound adult mind, on the other hand, sees at least 3 different ways this could have been drawn better. 5. Actually, the secret to being a good lover is to know when to stop. It's called consent. The advice on this book is wrong, and using cute lions kissing to illustrate their point is just terrible. 6. What do you see in the kitchen? Let's see. A bowl of cookies, a table and a demon pretending to be a blue-eyed boy. Someone call a priest. 7. George was fond of peeking in windows. You know who else is fond of peeking in windows, George? Stalkers and serial killers. 8. As if seamen shooting water cannons wasn't already a bad sentence, the writer of this book decided to push the joke a little more. They knew exactly what this looked like, and it's a little hilarious actually. Good job, author. 9. There's nothing unintentional about what's going on in this Thomas the Engine picture. The suspiciously shaped arm of the train conductor, Thomas gasp, and the special load innuendo. Some people should just stay away from writing books meant for kids. 10. Okay, we get this one. The fact that scouts know how to tie and untie knots is a skill you might need if you need to get out of an emergency bondage situation. But the word has a different meaning these days, so no one's going to see what we see. 11. Say this one out loud and look at the hole Pooh is coming out from. It looks like whoever drew this cover had a lot of fun doing it. It's almost genius in how subtle it is, no kid would ever know. Unless they like poop humor. 12. We can think of at least 3 different ways these 2 words could have been arranged to sound better. And it only took a second to come up with those, so this children's book author definitely knew what the sentence horseball sounds like. 13. There's something hilarious about how happy these 2 elephants are about peeing in front of each other. Also, human girls definitely don't pee out of their butts, and if you're a girl and you pee out of your butt, we recommend you see a doctor immediately. 14. That's not how circus shows work at all. A lot of questions came to mind. Why is the clown holding the revolver and the whip? Why is the ringmaster so happy about seeing a literal murder clown? We may never know. 15. You could make a point and say that this teddy bear is watching a little girl bathe because he's not the best bath toy. But the placement of the bear, and the way it sits tells us that in real life this behavior can put someone in a predator list. 16. Ah, good old Archibald, pushing the weakest of the group to the ground and sitting on him at crotch level while his friends watch. The 1950s were a wild time for weirdly inappropriate cover art, and they will be missed. Thank you, like and subscribe.